So in this video we're going to be exploring how do you find work experience or just a job in general, and then how do you go from finding that work experience to actually getting the work experience. This video is relevant to everyone, whether in your year 10 trying to find work experience, or year 12, or if you're looking for internships, or if you're looking to go into a different industry and you just want to get a feel for what it is that industry offers. The first question you're going to be asking yourself is, well, where do I want to get work experience? If you don't know the answer to that question, what you should be asking yourself is, what is it that you want to learn? What things do you want to rule out or confirm that you really do like? Say that as a personal interest, you really love drawing, so you'd think to yourself, hey, what careers involve drawing? Well, animation studios do, so that might be an ideal place for you to get some work experience. Also, that you're considering a career in law or medicine, maybe going to a local law firm or going to a local hospital to work there for a bit on the ward and see what it's like to interact with patients. That could be incredibly useful. Of course, if you have absolutely no clue what you want to do in life as a career and you can't get your interest to guide you as to what particular industry or company you might want to work for, then just do maybe something that you definitely think you don't want to do. It is fine to not know what it is that you're doing, but if you have something really against, maybe accounting, maybe going to an accountancy firm to confirm that you really hate it might be really useful, because it might turn out that you love it. Of course, if you have a moral reason to not go to a certain industry, for instance, like fashion retailers because of fur that they use, or some other crude oil extraction firm, yeah, then don't. You don't have to. So this is just a way of getting you to start thinking about where you will find the most value and get the most value from the experience that you partake in. I said this in a previous video, if you have no idea and you haven't done anything in the working world before, then whatever you do, you're going to level up and learn a hell of a lot regardless. So try not to be too caught up on this. Just going into an office and commuting to work and then having a lunch break and having this really structured life of going 9 to 5 and interacting with colleagues and going to the watering hole and chatting, it's a really weird experience, an experience that is so far away from school that you will have your horizons widened and your eyes opened to a whole new world. So don't be too caught up on the idea of, I have no idea what I'm doing, I don't know what experience to get, because whatever experience you're doing, you will find valuable. So now we come on to, if you've narrowed down like a field or something that you want to get experience in, how do you get that experience? How do you get them to offer you a place to work for them, whether it be for a week or whether it be for like 3 months on an internship? I'm going to do this really comprehensively and very strategically, and you can, because I'm going to the extreme, you guys can like tone it down a bit if you don't want to go to this extreme. But I thought I'd throw it at you guys just so you know, like, the most tactical way of going about doing this. Okay, so I want you to make a table, and I want you to have 3 columns in this table and 2 rows. So in the top row, I want you to label it A, B, and C. So the first column, column A, is a list of companies that you love, the ones that you would adore working for. B are the ones that you would like to work for, and the C column is just for the ones that you would find acceptable to work for. If you don't know what companies to put in this field and you know kind of industry, Google it, and you'll get a list of the top companies in that field. Work on your Googling skills, because you will definitely need them in the future when you're researching. So just continue to Google, try and fill out this list, and try and go to the About Us page on each of these companies to get a feel for what that company stands for and how they operate. It's really useful, and it's my first point of call whenever I'm trying to get the gist of what it is that a company does and why it exists. Of course, you don't need to make such a comprehensive list. This is just to allow you to organise your preferences so you can see if there's a theme amongst companies you want to work for. Maybe you love the fact that they have ball pits, or maybe you love the fact that they're the leader in like video games development, or maybe you love the fact that they are the #1 bank in all of the world. Or maybe it's a startup and the co-founding team are a bunch of people that you really like, you think that they can teach you a lot, and you also like what they're working on. Now, how do you get this work experience? Well, the basic way of doing it is to make yourself known. This is pretty much how you get almost everything in life. Like, whether it be from getting a date to getting someone married to getting someone to take your order in a restaurant. It's exactly the same for work experience. You've got to let them notice you. In a restaurant, you might do that for the check. Well, in the business world, there are loads of different avenues you can take. I suggest doing multiple ones of these such that your presence doesn't lose momentum over time, and that they will know that you exist and that you are keen and enthusiastic to work for them. So this might be going to a careers fair, to talking to people who work in the company straight away and getting their email address and then following up with them and saying, hey, yeah, as I said in our little chat, I am still really keen. I'd love an opportunity at these dates and this is what I can offer you. And by the way, how to write a cover letter, That's coming in the next video, so just hold fire on that. Or you might send an email to their contact us page on the company and then tell them exactly why you want to work for them and what opportunities you're looking for. I could list loads of other contact methods, but the key takeaway here is that people do not offer other people opportunities from one touch point. So that is just one interaction. Unless that one interaction is so valuable that you convince them that they need to employ you, it's unlikely. But what is more likely to allow you to get that work experience and to get that placement is to constantly follow up. So having numerous different touch points that you have over time, because people like to invest in others in lines, not in dots. A great way to start this conversation for the first touch point is just to ask for advice. So go through their website and email their contact us page and tell them what kind of opportunity you're looking for and how you would love to talk to someone to get some advice as to what's entailed in the financial world. Or find the contact emails of someone who actually works within the company, whether you go through LinkedIn or whether you find their email on their website, or maybe they write a blog, or maybe they're on Twitter. By asking for advice from someone, you get to engage them in conversation in a way that doesn't lock them into any commitment, that is like offering you a job, but they still get to see all of your great qualities, your communication skills, your keenness, all the talents and experience that you have that will allow you to be valuable to this company. This numerous touchpoint method is far more effective for the larger companies, so the really, really competitive ones, because they have a higher risk, because if you go into their company, they have so many people applying to them, they need a way to filter out the white noise. If you're earlier on in your career, like you're in year 10, so you're like 15 or 17, then the smaller companies will probably offer you an opportunity if you just send them an email or send them a letter and show them that you're really keen. If you can deliver that email in person, or deliver that letter in person, or that email, then that even shows you're more keen. And if you can start engaging their staff, maybe talking to their manager, then that's a great way to secure the opportunity that you would really, really like. So there you go, that is my advice on how to get work experience or internships, or actually you can apply this to getting the job that you really, really want. Figure out what it is that you want to learn, create a list of the companies that will allow you to learn those things, get in touch with those companies so you can start building relationships with them, and make sure you're contacting people within that company that will be able to provide you with advice and who can be aware of you, such that when you make your application, you can mention their name and it will show the person who's recruiting you that, hey, this guy has clearly done his homework and he knows this person. Let me go talk to them and see what they think. Remember, if you don't know where you think you want to get work experience, just take a leap of faith and go for a business in your local area, or a startup, or another company, or a big company, and just see what it's like. If you're doing the classic work experience, it's only for a week. Like, I went to an accountancy firm for a week. I discovered I didn't really like it. I don't really like accountancy, it was very repetitive, but I did it, and now I know what it is to be an accountant to some extent. Also, I only actually had to work 3 days for my work experience, because one day was a bank holiday and the other day was an office bonding day that I wasn't allowed to participate in because I was too young. So, I still learn loads. So thank you very much for watching this video on how to find work experience and on how to secure work experience from places that you want to work at. You'll see that I've also written a how to write a CV video, and in next week's episode I will be telling you how to write a cover letter for that internship application, or how to write a work experience letter to allow you to get the experience that you want. So stay tuned for next Monday, and if you don't want to miss out, please do subscribe, and any requests you have for future videos, please do post them down in the comments, and any questions you have, I will reply to them as soon as possible. Subscribers, I will see you next Sunday.